Hello, Anthony. Hi, how are you in Poland?
I mean, I'm very, very happy to be back. I absolutely love Poland and the crowd is amazing. So, I'm always happy to be back. And yeah, I'm doing good. I'm happy to be outside again and in Poland. A little bit colder than last time, but the people are even more warm now. So that's great.
I have a question. Where is the second part of XiJaro Pitch team?
Well, actually, the second part of XiJaro Pitch is in Canada because he has a girlfriend over there. And he lives now in Canada as well. So that means that I'm doing the European gigs on my own. And also, actually, Xander is a real studio head. And he doesn't like to tour and gig that much. So, and I love it. So, that is another way that we complement each other.
So let's send to him greetings. It's a pity that he isn't here. Kisses.
Maybe next time, who knows?
I don't know if you remember, but we have a chance to meet this year twice at Euphoria Festival and at Agnieszka's Festival in Croatia.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember those.
How do you remember these two events, these two festivals, these two audience? Because there is two different countries.
I mean, basically, Euphoria Festival is so different than Unconscious Festival because this year they went a bit more mainstream with the lineup. So you had not only trans people there, but also people who just wanted to, have a mainstream dance festival. But the crowd was amazing. Everyone was having a great time on my set and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it was an amazing place. I actually met another Belgian DJ there. That was DJ Licious, also on the lineup. I never met him before, but we got to know each other there in Poland. So that was that. And also, of course, I played slightly different because, again, it was more like a mainstream festival. And then I still played a lot of trance, of course, but also I played a little bit more with pop influences and stuff. But it was amazing. It was nice. It was sunny, and yeah, it was very, very cool. And Unconscious, yeah, that Unconscious had a bit more Lumi vibes because there's a lot of people who fly in from like the UK, from everywhere in the world. I don't think there were that many Croatian people actually at Unconscious Festival. So and the crowd there was very, very an underground trance crowd. There you could play all the kind of not so commercial, very melodic stuff, and also like very, very, very transy. So it was very, very nice in both in their own right, and I really like both kinds of crowds. It's just different, I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm curious about your interacting with the audience during your live performance. You can't see visual reaction of your fans. So, is there something to hear that helps you connect with the people?
Well, I mean, the crowd. We sometimes forget that, I guess, but the crowd also makes a lot of noise usually, and you can hear from the way the noises. Sometimes people scream, of course, but even when there's not that many people screaming, you can hear from the noise what kind of what kind of vibe people are feeling and if things are working or not and stuff. And sometimes, but I heard that tonight I won't have a mic, but sometimes I also use a mic to sometimes say something to people. Not a 1, 2, 3 jump, I don't do that much, but something more meaningful,
Okay, so what message would you like to give to people who are struggle with their limitations, but they want, like the dream of artists, to be an artist?
Well, I want to say that it's it's not always coming easy. It takes a lot of work and a healthy dose of good luck as well. And the only thing I can say is just keep going for it and don't expect that much, because expectations are usually very, very much a problem. Like when you expect things to happen and you get bitter because it doesn't happen yet. Like you wanna, for example, be I don't know, like you want to do something within the next year and it didn't work yet and you're like really upset and disappointed at yourself. And for me, I tell you that it was actually when I was almost giving up and when I was like, okay, I don't care anymore, I'm just gonna play some tracks because I love doing it and I don't really care, but I'm just gonna do it. Then suddenly things started going well. So I would say don't have that many expectations, but also don't lose hope. You know, there's always chances, there's always opportunities, and it's never too late to chase your dreams. So just keep going for them, whatever happens.
Okay, what does your work track look like? Do you have any special techniques or any special tools for a blind person?
Of course, you know, everything is different. I use a computer that has a screen reader software. I use a phone that has a screen reader software. So basically, it speaks to me. And then, when it comes to production, I use now another DAW that not so many people use. It's called Reaper, but it's actually really good software for everyone. But it's one of the most accessible, you know, digital audio workstations to produce music in for blind people. But there is now also, you know, Ableton. I'm learning Ableton right now because Ableton is doing a good job at making itself also accessible. So I'm very happy with that. And then, one of the things that I also should say for everyone who has a little bit of experience with DJing, Rekordbox, the thing that you normally use to analyze your tracks, it's not accessible for me, so I have to work with a bunch of workarounds to be able to play on the actual CDJs. I think it's one of the most difficult things to do, because of course I don't see what I'm doing there. So yeah.
I would like to ask you about your collaboration with XiJaro. Can we expect any new project or new performances?
With XiJaro, yeah, I mean, we are constantly releasing music together. So we had not so long ago we had a really big hit with Darren Porter that we released, and then now we had a vocal single with Clara Yates that went out this week. It's called Tears of Steel. Very, very nice vocal single. I mean, you know, Clara is just such a nice voice and stuff. And then next up is a new track on FSOE, which I cannot tell you that much about yet because it will be next month in November. So.
And this is your first club performance in Poland. Yes. What do you expect from the audience, from people, from your fans?
I have not that many expectations because the club, let's say club audiences are usually very nice, and I just love playing in clubs because, you know, I have now 2.5 hours to build a journey. I have prepared nothing. Maybe I know the first track and that's about it. And other than that, we will see what happens. And I will do like a very spontaneous club set. And I love those sets actually really, really a lot because they're so different than the festival sets where you have, 55 minutes maybe to perform and that's it. And then usually you prepare something because you want to play all your new tracks and stuff. Now you just have room to do whatever you want and to take people on a journey. So I will enjoy it very, very much. Whatever happens, I'm really sure of it.
Okay, Anthony, thank you very much for this conversation. Sorry. Oh yes. Thank you for this conversation. Yes, and for your time. And I can't wait for to see you on the stage and for this energy. And I hope to see you somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I hope so too. And definitely see you on the dance floor as well.
Yeah, of course.
Hear you on the dance floor because seeing will be a bit difficult. But
yes, I will be there. Thank you very much.